Hello viewers, welcome to Joya's Kitchen. I hope you are doing good. Today I'm going to show you a very famous sweet recipe which in Bangladesh we call it Rashogolla, or even in Calcutta or India they also call it Rashogolla. This is a typical Bengali sweet which actually soaked in a sugar syrup, and it's so soft and so yummy. I can't even tell you. And we usually use curd cheese to make this Rashogolla. So I'm gonna show you step by step. It's very simple to make and very yummy and delicious to eat. So yeah, here you go. Enjoy the recipe. So to make my Rashogolla, I actually took 2 liters of full-fat milk here. You definitely need full-fat milk because you have to make the curd cheese from this milk. So if you take semi-skim or skim milk, that's not gonna happen. So yeah, I took 2 liters of full-fat milk. So my full-fat milk is boiling now. I don't need to boil too much, just one boil is enough. And that's the time I'm gonna actually add some around 3 tablespoons of vinegar just to make the curd cheese from it. Usually people use lemon, but I don't like to use lemon because lemon have a very strong smell and they don't want to go, but vinegar is very mild, so I prefer to use vinegar to make my curd cheese. But it's up to you. If you don't have vinegar, you can use lemon juice. It's totally up to you. So you can see already my milk is going a little bit thicker and is going like a curd cheese step. You can see within 2 minutes you're gonna see the difference. And now I'm gonna boil this milk for another 2 minutes just to bring all the curd and the curd cheese from the milk. Yeah, it's gonna take around 3 to 4 minutes. Did you see? The magic is happening. All the curds are coming on top and only water is leaving in the bottom. So after around 8 minutes, that's how my curd cheese are looking now. So this is the time I'm gonna drain all the water from the curd cheese. And I have to actually press as much as possible to rinse the water. And before that, I have to wash my curd cheese first because these curd cheese have a little bit of vinegar smell, and I don't want this smell in my final sweet. So I'm gonna rinse my curd cheese in a cold water now, just to make my curd cheese a little bit cold, and at the same time to wash all the extra vinegar from it. And don't boil your curd cheese too much, otherwise it's going to be very hard. After you add the vinegar, just 2 minutes is fine. So as you can see, now I am trying to get rid of all the extra water from my curd cheese. Just press it as hard as possible. If you can't do it, ask your husband or boyfriend or any man in your home. They can do it happily for you. So I'm just separating all the water from it. And for the sugar syrup, I actually took around 5 cup of water here, and my water is boiling now almost. And this is the time I'm gonna add at least 7 to 8 tablespoons of sugar, caster sugar, or I'm gonna add at least 3 cups of caster sugar. This is the easiest part because I'm making Rashogolla. If I'm making sponge Rashogolla, I don't need that much of sugar, but Rashogolla always need a little bit more sugar than sponge Rashogolla. That's why I'm adding at least 3 cups of sugar here. If you think like your syrup is still not sticky, so you can add a little bit more. It's totally up to you how much you are adding and how many you are making. I'm not making too much, so 3 cups of sugar is fine for my sugar syrup. And I'm gonna add 2 cardamom in it. I don't need too much cardamom, just 2 is enough. But if you are making more, add 3 or 4. So it's gonna take around 8 to 9 minutes. I'm gonna boil the sugar syrup just to melt all the sugars, dissolve all the sugars in the water. Yeah, that's gonna take like 10 minutes maybe. At the same time, my curd cheese is ready. You can see it's totally dry and there is no water, but still is quite soft. And I'm gonna mix around 2 to 3 tablespoons of powdered milk. Any brand powdered milk gonna work. I'm using Nido here, full fat powder milk, of course. That's gonna give really creamy kind of texture and creamy kind of taste in my final product. And I'm gonna add around 2 tablespoons of semolina. I put a little bit of water in my semolina and I kept it in the corner for 15 minutes just to make it a bit soft, not too runny, bit soft. You can see it's like creamy kind of texture. And I'm gonna add these 2 tablespoons of semolina in it. If I'm making sponge rashogolla again, I don't need to use these two products. I'm just gonna use curd cheese, but because it's a normal rashogolla, so that's why I need to add a little bit of semolina and powdered milk to make it like shop kind of texture or shop kind of taste. Otherwise it's gonna be too much spongy and too much hard like sponge rashogolla, and that's what we don't want. And now I am just meshing my all curd cheese. You have to make sure you are meshing your curd cheese as much as possible to make it smooth. If your curd cheese is not smooth, you're not gonna make the dough ball properly and it's gonna break in the sugar syrup. So you have to make sure that you are pressing your curd cheese as much as possible, and you can use this back side of your hand to give it like a proper press, just to make it like a cream or smooth. You have to make sure at least 10-15 minutes it's gonna take to make it properly smooth. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm just gonna keep doing it to give my curd cheese the smooth texture, because still is quite like powdery and not very smooth, you can see. So after around 10 minutes of pressing, you can see they are quite smooth now, and I can show you this kind of like creaminess. When you're gonna see this kind of creaminess in your curd cheese, you're gonna feel like, okay, this done, you can stop it now. And that's the time I'm gonna add like half of my semolina, but because I don't think I need all of them, because otherwise it's gonna be too bready, and that's what I also don't want. So I'm adding just half of it, so around like 1.5 tablespoons, and I'm gonna also add like around 2 tablespoons of milk first. But I think the whole milk, the powdered milk, I need all of them, but I'm gonna add gradually, not all of them together. So now I'm mixing all of them together. Oh, that's really good massage, and trust me, that's gonna taste so good and exactly like the sweet shop. This is actually the mystery behind the sweet shop. They add a little bit of semolina in their rashogolla and a little bit powdered milk. But if you are making sponge rashogolla, you don't need powdered milk and you don't need semolina at all. You just add the curd cheese and that's it. So I'm mixing it for another 5 minutes, just like that. And now I'm gonna make all the dough balls. So now I made all the curd cheese like a ball shape, which is rashogolla, and you can see all the balls are same size. Try to make them all same size. They're gonna look very pretty when they are done, and I'm gonna put it in the sugar syrup soon, so yeah, they're gonna be soaked and bigger in size. So after around 15 minutes of boiling, my sugar syrup is ready now, and now I'm gonna add all my dough balls or curd cheese balls in the sugar syrup, and I'm gonna boil these sweets or curd balls at least 20 minutes in this sugar syrup, because they're gonna soak all the syrup. They're gonna be double in size or triple in size, and they're gonna be so soft, very soft. I'm telling you, very, very soft. So now my all dough balls are in the syrup, and now I'm gonna cover this pot for at least 25 minutes, and I'm gonna boil these dough balls at least 25 minutes in a moderate heat. Oh, how pretty they look. They already look so good. So now I'm gonna cover my pot 25 to 30 minutes. You can check all the time. You can uncover it and check it. So yeah, my babies are going for sleep now. So after around 15 minutes, you can see my curd cheese balls or rashogollas are nearly half done now, because they are double in size now, you can see, and they are boiling. So still I have to boil it a little bit more, so I'm gonna cover it for another 10 to 15 minutes. Altogether it's gonna take around 30 minutes, because they are already soft, but in the middle I can feel it's still a little bit hard. And you have to make sure that all your rashogollas are properly soft through the whole both side. So yeah, I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna boil it for another 10 to 15 minutes, just like that. So here you go, guys. After around 30 minutes, my Rashogollas are done, and I actually rested them for another 10 minutes in the same pot, switching off my hob, and that's how it looks. It's really yummy. It's exactly like the sweet shop, so you don't need to spend any money in the sweet shop. So you just make yourself and make your family happy and make yourself happy. And it's so simple, as you see. It's really easy to make. So yeah, don't waste your money. And I hope you're gonna like and subscribe my channel and follow my recipes and share my recipes with your friends, family and neighbors. And trust me, you should make this Rashogolla and try it, and make yourself proud and make your family proud. So here you go. Bye bye, take care.